Nice tall spine. Shoulders rolling back and down. And getting a little bit of a bigger rotation with the shoulder blades, elbows coming back. And a little bit larger rotations with the arms coming back and up. And then letting the arms come all the way up, palms to face one another. I'll start off with a V formation with the arms. Palms to come back up to touch, hands coming down to heart center. Arms to come back up to sky, interlacing the fingers, bringing hands to the back of the head, rolling the shoulders back. Shoulder blades rolled back and down, tipping right elbow over to right side, keeping that left elbow open and high to center and tipping over to other side. Coming back to center, rolling the shoulder blades back, opening up the chest, eyes gaze to come up. Coming back to center, elbows in, chin down towards the chest. Coming back up to center, interlace palms to face up, tipping over to right side. Coming back to center and tipping over to left side. Coming back to center, just releasing the right hand down, left arm coming up and over, right ear facing the right side. To center and over to right side. To center, arms to come up, opening into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down to heart. Okay, from here, with the shoulders drop, gentle twist to the left side. Back to center and twisting to right. Coming back to center, arms to come back up, opening into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands to come overhead, to tent the fingertips, to hold. To open up the hands and draw the shoulder blades back and down. Keep the elbows bent, hands releasing to the floor. Tip the thumbs, the fingers to press down into the ground, lengthening the spine, folding forward with a flat back. To come back up to center, arms up to sky. Into our V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming above the head. To tent fingertips, to open, to draw back. Slow release of the elbows down, fingertips pressing into the floor behind you, flat back fold. The last time to center, arms to come up, hands above the head. To tent fingertips, to open, rolling shoulders back, elbows down. Fingers to press, flat back fold. And then coming back to center, bringing those arms back up to sky. Coming into one more side stretch to the right side. Inhaling center. Exhale over to left. To center, arms up to sky. Into our V. Palms back up to touch. Hands coming down to heart. Gentle twist to the left. To center and twisting to right. To center. With hands on top of the knees. We're going to do a little bit of rock and roll forward. So hands released on the knees, just gently folding forward. You can have a bit of a round of the spine. Coming back up center and then curling the spine, chin release down. So to lengthen, to fold. Knees come down, lengthen, to round spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, round spine. Coming to center, gentle twist to the left side. Bringing your belly, chest, and head down towards the left leg to hold. Coming up to center, twisting to right side. Belly, chest, head coming down. To center, arms out in front, tenting those fingertips and coming into your flat back fold. Opening the belly towards the floor. Pushing ourselves back up to center and bringing those feet out in front, coming into diamond shape with the legs. That diamond shaped gap in between the legs, hands on top of the legs, rolling shoulders back. And then bringing the arms out to the sides. So what we're going to do here, again, tuck the belly in, rounding the spine, rounding the arms up in front. Bringing the body nice and tall, palms facing forward, and then drawing shoulder blades back. Rounding spine, chin dropping down. Arms and body to come up. To draw shoulder blades back, and then to round spine. One more time to come up. Shoulder blades drawn back to round spine. Bringing the body up to center, you're going to slide the hands down, tucking the belly in, bringing the head down towards the floor. Nice long neck. Unraveling to come back up to center. Knees together, bringing those legs out in front, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulder blades back. Arms to sweep up to sky, palms facing each other, tuck the belly in, hinging forward, reaching hold where you can on the leg as you round the spine, bringing the head down. Unraveling to come up, arms up to sky, folding forward, belly in, chest and head coming down. Unraveling to come up, exhale to fold forward. Unraveling to come up, exhale to fold forward. Unraveling the shoulder blades back, hands back behind you as you point the toes, hinging the hips up in reverse plank, eyes gaze up. Hips to come down, folding forward, hands back behind you. To come up, pointing toes, opening chest. Hips down, folding forward, hands back behind. One last time to come up with the hips. To release down, folding forward. Coming back up to center, rolling the shoulder blades back. Beautiful. So what we're going to do here is bring your legs into a wide open V formation. And what you're going to do here with your hands on top of the legs, you're going to slide the hands down the leg from side to side. Good. And from this swaying motion from side to side, you're going to bring a little bit of a body roll. Usually we do this with legs crossed. There's lots of different options. Nice round of the spine, moving the shoulders and the rib cage. Opposite direction. As we come back up to center, you're going to bring that left arm down either to the left leg. You can bring it down to the ground as you reach that right arm up to sky. You're going to float back to center, bringing that right arm down to the leg or down the floor as we bring left arm up to sky. Coming back to center, rolling the shoulder blades back, tenting the fingertips behind as we come into a flat back fold. Coming up to center, over to left side, to center, over to right, to center, hands out in front, into full forward fold. Belly, chest, head coming down. Unraveling to come up, bending the knees, bringing the feet at hip distance apart, and swaying those knees from side to side. Feet at hip distance apart, rolling the shoulder blades back, hands pressing into the floor, Again, bringing those hips up, shoulders drawn back, opening up the chest, hips to come down. Inhaling, hips up. Exhale, releasing down. One more time, hips to come up, to come back down. Feet out in front, coming into your staff pose. Shoulder blades roll back, full forward fold. To release, to come up. Gentle twist to the left side. To center, twisting to right. Coming back to center, swooping the arms to come up, hinging into full forward fold. Belly, chest, head coming down. Unraveling to come up to center, and we're going to come onto the hands and knees now into our tabletop position. Making sure you have a very neutral spine, hands are widespread, hips are above the knees. What we're going to do here is a little bit of variation of cat-cow. Like you tuck your belly button in towards the spine as you round the back, dropping the head down. Neutral position, bringing hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. Coming up to center, and tipping the hips up, dropping the belly down, opening up the chest, eyes gaze to come up. To neutral, bringing hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. And one more time, each direction to come up, rounding that spine, head to release. Into neutral, bringing hips back. And then one more time to come up, to drop belly, opening up the chest, eyes gaze to come up. To neutral, and then back, hips, belly, chest, head coming down. Coming up onto the hands and knees, curling the toes under, bringing the hips up high, keeping the knees bent as you draw the belly towards the thighs, opening up the armpits, ears in line with the arms. So keeping the knees generously bent. Knees coming down towards the floor to hover, to bring hips up high, knees bent. Slowly lowering knees down towards the floor to hover, coming back up, high hips, belly towards the thighs. And then one more time, knees to hover, hips up high. Walking the hands and feet towards each other, coming into your full forward fold. Belly, chest, and head releasing down. Walking the hands into, just on your shins, below your knees, coming into your flat back fold. Hips back, keep a slight release of the knees. Back into your full forward fold. And then slowly unraveling the body to come up to your standing position and rolling the shoulder blades back. Hands to heart center, bringing right knee up. Slowly reaching that right leg back behind you, folding forward, keeping the shoulders dropped, and keep opening that belly and chest towards the floor. Very slowly lowering right foot down to the ground, inhaling arms up to sky, into our V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down into full forward fold. Walking the hands up the legs into your flat back fold. Into full forward fold. Bending the knees, unraveling the spine, arms to come up. Hands down to heart center. Left knee to come up. Left leg to extend back. Opening the belly and the chest towards the floor, shoulders drop. Taking your time to very slowly release that left foot down, inhaling arms up into our V formation. Palms back up to touch, coming into full forward fold. Hands walking up the legs into your flat back fold. Full forward fold. Bending the knees, unraveling the spine, slowly coming up, arms up to sky, releasing the arms down. From here, we're going to roll the shoulder blades back to interlace the fingers behind you. Slight gap in between the feet. Begin to gently open the rib cage, eyes gaze to come up. Coming back to center. From here, what you're going to do is release the knees slightly. Drop the hands to the back. Tip your hips back as you bring the belly towards your thighs. Releasing the head down. Keeping the arms here or drawing those shoulder blades towards each other and bringing those arms up and over towards the ground. Hands release down to the floor, walking into your flat back fold. Good. Bend the knees, slowly unraveling, coming up to center, arms up to sky. Releasing the arms down, rolling the shoulder blades back. You're going to walk your feet out to about hip distance apart. And swoop the arms back up. And then just bringing that right hand down the right leg, left arm to come up to sky. To center. To V formation. Back up to sky. Left hand to glide down, right arm to reach up. Back to center. Into V formation. Palms back up to touch. Bring the hands slowly down to heart center. Open your feet into a V formation. Very slowly begin to bend the knees to come down into a high squat or coming down into low squat. Bringing the elbows on the inside of the thighs. Chin parallel with the ground, keeping the chest open. What we're going to do from here is keep those elbows in between the legs. Just going to sway a little bit from side to side. And then what we're going to do from here is bring the elbows again, if you can, on the shins and coming onto the balls of the feet. Bringing the pressure of your hands onto the floor and bringing the hips up high. Keeping that chest open to the floor to hold here or to alternate one foot coming off the ground at a time. For those of you that want to try, bringing both feet away from the floor, holding the pose, keeping the chest open. Keep alternating the feet if you're choosing that variation. Slowly coming back down onto the feet, hands at heart center, nice deep inhale, releasing the breath. Bringing those arms, body, legs up to center, feet parallel, arms into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands down to heart center. Gentle twist to the left, to center, and twisting to right. To center. Good. Rolling the shoulder blades back, elbows, wrists, and fingers. From here, bringing your feet just a tiny bit wider. Bringing right foot out to right side, left hip slightly facing in, and turning the body to face the right leg. With your hips tipped back, we're going to start off with that flat back fold. Nice long spine. And then begin to let that belly come down to the thigh, releasing the chest, releasing the head down. Bending the knee if you need to, bring the fingertips to the ground, pressing that right foot into the ground as we bring our left leg up. Left foot coming down, belly down to thigh. Left leg to come up. Left leg to come down, belly to thigh. And one more time, left leg to come up. Left leg to come down. Right belly to thigh, walking into your flat back fold. Bending the knee, unraveling to come up to center, feet back parallel, rolling the shoulder blades back. Good. Rolling shoulder blades back, interlacing the fingers behind you, stretching the chest. Very slight opening of the rib cage, eyes gaze up. Back to center. Entering left foot out to left side, right toes slightly facing in. Turning the body to face left leg, starting off with your flat back fold. Now you can keep your left knee bent if you wish, keeping the back tall. You can even be on an angle. Nice stretch for the hamstring and the hips, glutes. Now you come into your full fold, releasing the belly, releasing the chest, the head down towards that left leg. This is where we bring our weight forward onto the fingertips. You're lengthening that right leg to come up as you balance on the hand. Right foot coming down, bringing belly towards left thigh. Coming forward with right leg to come up. Releasing right foot down, belly towards thigh. One last time, right leg to come up. And then the right leg to come down, belly towards thigh. Good, slowly walking into your flat back fold. Bending the knee and unraveling the body to come up. Feet back center, slight bend in the knee and just a bit of a twist now from side to side. Really loose arms. And then coming back to center position. Just a touch wider with the feet, bringing your toes into a V formation. Hands on top of the thighs as you bend your knees, coming into a bit of a squat position. Shoulders roll back, chest is open. We're going to slide the right hand down to the right thigh, bringing that left arm either up to sky or diagonally over to the right side. Floating back to center. Coming down into your squat, bringing left elbow over to left thigh, right arm coming up to sky or over to left side. Slowly coming back to center. Bringing the body up for a moment, feet parallel, back into your twist from side to side. Coming back to center position, toes to come back out on the angle, hands onto your thighs as you come back into your squat position. Knees are open wide, hands to the heart. Pushing palms out to the side, lengthening the arms. Drawing the palms back in. To push back out. To draw back in. Inhale to push out. To draw in. One last time to push out. To draw back in. Right elbow over to right side. Left arm to reach. To center. And left elbow to left thigh, right arm to left side, to center. Feet parallel, coming back into your twist from side to side. Coming back into that V formation with the feet. Coming back into your squat position, keeping the body centered. Palms reaching out and up to shoulder height. Palms to push down center. Inhaling, arms to lengthen. Pushing palms down center. And one more time. Exhale to push palms down. Feet back parallel, back into your twists from side to side. Coming back to center one last time, toes to point out. Coming into a slight bend of the knees, hands to heart center. You're going to push those arms out, turn the palms to face up, and bring your pointer finger and thumb to touch. Bend the elbows nice and slowly to bring those fingertips pointing up towards the sky. Very gentle twist to the left. Back to center. Twisting to right side. Coming back to center. Opening up the palms. Push those palms down. Feet back parallel. Last time you twist from side to side. Good. And bring your stance even wider now. Not to your widest stance that you can do, but getting there. Feet parallel. Bring that right foot back out to right side, left toe slightly facing in. Hands onto the hips. You're going to tip your hip over to the left side. You're going to glide your right hand down the right leg. And just very slowly begin to lengthen left arm up to sky. Chest open, turning the chin to face up. Bending the right knee, slowly coming back to center. Straightening right leg, coming back down with the right hand, lengthening that left arm up to sky. Bending the right knee, back to center. Last time, right hand to slide down, left arm to lengthen. Bending the right knee and coming back up to standing position. Feet parallel, hands onto the hips, rolling those shoulder blades back. Tipping the hips back, coming into your flat back fold. Nice long spine, head is in line with the back. To come back up to standing position. Left foot turned out to left side, right toes to slightly face in. As the left hand glides down, the right arm begins to lengthen up. Keeping that back nice and flat. To center. Left arm to slide down, right arm to reach up. To center. And one last time, left arm to slide, right arm to reach. Back to center. Feet parallel, rolling the shoulder blades back. Shoulder blades back, tip those hips back, opening the chest into your flat back fold. Coming into full forward fold, now opening your stance wider as you're in the fold, bringing the crown of the head down towards the floor. Pushing yourself away from the ground, you're going to bring just your left hand to the floor as we reach that right arm up to sky, nice spinal twist. Coming into your full forward fold. Right hand to the floor, left arm to reach. Coming down into your full forward fold. Now keeping your hips tipped back, walking your arms out in front, opening the armpits towards the ground, releasing the head towards the floor. Walking the hands back to center. Just walk your feet in a couple steps, bending the knees, slowly unraveling the spine to come up into your standing position. Take a moment to set the shoulders back. From here, we're going to come into a little bit of lunges from side to side. So what I'd like you to do with your feet parallel, you have a wide stance here. I just want you to start with a gentle lunge from side to side. And you can massage your quads while you do this. You can keep your hands onto your hips, or you can bring hands to heart center. So just kind of seeing how far you can lunge, it feels comfortable from side to side. If you can come a little bit lower, you can bring your hands down towards the floor as you shift from side to side. No matter what position you're in, trying to keep that chest nice and open. Good. So no matter where you are in your lunge, you're going to lunge to the left. You're going to bring the ball of the right foot off of the ground, trying to keep that chest nice and open. You can balance on the floor, you can balance on your thighs, or bringing hands to heart center, shoulders dropped. Slowly bringing the hands down to the floor, shifting over to the right side. Finding your balance, nice open chest, and bringing hands to heart center. Well done. Bringing hands back down in front, full forward fold, crown of the head to come down. Pushing the hands into the floor, opening chest towards the floor, coming into your flat back fold. Releasing crown of the head down to the ground. Walking the feet in a step, keeping the knees bent as we unravel the spine to come up, rolling the shoulder blades back. Coming back into your wide-legged position. What we're going to do here is turn the right foot out to the right side, left toes slightly facing in. You're going to bend your right knee to slowly line with your right heel. You're going to swoop your arms up to sky, and then let the arms come down into your warrior two. Left hand drops back as the right arm reaches up. Back into warrior two. Arms to come up to sky. Feet parallel, coming into full forward fold. Belly, chest, head coming down. Pushing hands into the floor, into your flat back fold. Releasing into full forward fold. Bending the knees, unraveling the body to come up into your standing position, drawing the shoulder blades back. Left foot turn out to left side, right toe slightly facing in. As we bend that left knee to align with the heel. Swooping the arms all the way up to sky. Opening into your warrior two. Bringing right hand back to the right leg, left arm to reach up. Back into warrior two. Arms to swoop up. Feet parallel. Coming into your full forward fold. Keeping the hips back, walking the arms out in front, opening the chest towards the floor. Nice long spine. Placing the hands onto the ground as you bring your weight forward onto the hands, slowly lowering the knees to the floor, keeping the knees open wide, bringing the hips back, coming into your child's pose. Releasing the belly, chest, and head down towards the floor. Pushing the belly and chest away from the ground. Keeping yourself into that wide open knees child's pose. I want you to reach the arms out in front. Come up onto the knees and then tip your hips forward to line the shoulders above the wrist. Slowly coming down towards or on the ground to push straight back up and bringing your hips back towards the heels. We're going to do that with breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing down. To push up, hips back towards the heels. And then one last time to come up, to release down. To push back up, exhale, hips back. Come into your wide open child's pose, just opening that belly and chest towards the floor. Sliding the hands in, coming up onto your hands and knees into your tabletop position. From tabletop position, hands are underneath the shoulders, curling the toes under, tipping those hips up, keeping the back nice and long, opening the armpits towards the floor, keeping the knees bent. So just trying to bring the belly in towards the thighs for now. Really opening up the chest. Knees to come down to hover, coming onto the balls of the feet to bring hips back up, lengthening spine. Knees coming down to hover, to come back up, opening up the chest. One last time, knees to come to hover, and last time, lengthening the spine, pedaling your heels down, one at a time. Knees to come down to the floor, tucking the feet in, bringing your hips back into your closed knees, child's pose, resting for a moment. Unraveling the spine, coming up into a sitting position again for a moment, cross-legged if you're comfortable in cross-legged position. So we're just going to stretch that out for a moment with the body, roll hands on top of the knees, just begin to circle that spine around in one direction. You do this with your eyes closed if you wish. So really thinking about that movement of your belly, your chest, your rib cage, shoulders, a nice upper body movement. And then opposite direction. Coming back up to center, arms to swoop up to sky. Arms hugging in towards the ears as we twist to left, coming into our spinal twist. Right hand pressing into the left leg, Left hand is propping the spine up tall behind it. Nice deep inhale, releasing the breath, coming to center, coming into full forward fold. Unraveling the spine to come up, arms to lengthen up to sky, into our V formation. Arms to come back up as we twist to the right. Left hand presses into the right leg, right hand back behind. Nice deep inhale, releasing the breath. Coming back to center into your full forward fold. Unraveling the spine to come up to center, rolling the shoulder blades back. Good. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of the feet to touch. Knees are opening wide towards the floor. Just a bit of a pulsating movement with the knees to push down. Good. And then I want you to stretch your toes back, keeping the chest nice and open, shoulders are dropped. From here, I want you to grab hold of the bottom of the right foot. If you need a little bit extra help, bring that left hand back behind you to prop your spine up nice and tall. Just seeing if you can bring that right foot away from the floor and slightly over to right side. You can keep the knee bent, again, or keep the hand back behind you. We're slowly trying to straighten that right leg. Your left arm can come out to the side. Nice open, open body. Try to keep that spine tall, crown of the head reaching up. Right foot back to center, full forward fold. Unraveling the body to come up to center, drawing the shoulder blades back. Grabbing hold of the bottom of the left foot. Again, the hand can prop behind you, bringing that left foot out to left side, or trying to lengthen that left leg. Right arm to come out to the side if you wish. Nice open chest, tall body. Left foot coming down, rounding the spine, head towards the knees, or head towards the feet. Elbows towards the knees. Very good. Coming back to center, rolling those shoulder blades back. Good. So let's bring the legs up in front again. Just give those legs a bit of a shake. Twisting to left side, to center, forward fold. Coming up to center, left hand pressing into right leg. To center, forward fold. And then coming back up, arms up to sky, into our V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down to heart, folding forward. Belly towards the thighs. Coming back up to center, rolling the shoulders back. Good. Let's come back up onto hands and knees again. Tabletop position. What we're going to do from tabletop is we're going to thread that right hand underneath the left arm. Bend the left elbow as we come down onto the right shoulder, turning the head to the left side. You can hold here. You can bring your left hand up to the hip or left arm up to sky. You can also bring that left hand back behind you over towards the right hip. Sweeping the left arm to come up, bringing the left hand to come down, and then slowly up onto the hands and knees, swinging hips from side to side. So we're going to do this same movement on the other side. The left hand threads underneath the right. You're trying to keep those hips stacked above the knees as you come down on left shoulder. Right hand up to sky, or again dropping it over towards the left leg. Right arm to float up to sky, Right hand to come down as we come back up into the tabletop position, swaying hips from side to side. So I'd like to come into puppy pose before we come onto our back. So here you're keeping your hips stacked above the knees. What you're going to do as you keep the hips stacked above the knees, open your chest towards the floor as you bring your arms starting off crossed out in front. Try and keep those hips stacked. For a deeper stretch, you can bring those arms out in front, opening the chest towards the floor. Slowly walking ourselves back up into our tabletop position. From here, tucking the belly in, rounding the spine, chin to drop down. Back to neutral position, hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. Coming up into tabletop position, this time tipping the hips up, opening up the chest, eyes gaze up. Neutral position, hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. One more time to come up, hips up, chest open, eyes gaze to come up. Back to center and hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. Coming back up into your tabletop position, swaying those hips from side to side. Let's do one more pose before we come onto our backs. From here, we're going to bring the right knee forward. Extending that left leg back behind us, coming into your swan pose or pigeon pose. Swan, keeping the knee center, pigeon, you're opening a little bit further out to the side, tenting the fingertips, wider stance with those arms as we slowly begin to open belly, chest, head coming down towards the ground. Slowly begin to push back up. Nice open chest, eyes gaze forward. One last time to slowly release down. Belly, chest, and head. Coming back up into your pigeon position. Placing those hands a bit closer together. As we curl left toes under, straighten that left leg to come back into your plank position. Left knee forward, right leg to extend back. Opening that left knee if you wish, out to left side. You're bringing your hands into a wider stance. Bending the elbows as we slowly release the belly, the chest, the head coming down. With control, pushing back up. Opening chest to center. And last time, slowly lowering down. Slowly coming back up. Hands to press into the floor. Curling right toes under, coming into your plank position. Lowering knees down to the ground and tucking the toes back into your child's pose. Coming back up, scooching around to come into a sitting position. Bringing your knees together, bringing the feet together, and letting the spine be nice and long. Bringing your arms so they're parallel with the floor. Bringing the right leg to come up. Right foot down to the floor. Left leg to extend. Left foot down to the ground. Holding on to the shins, slight round of the spine, chin coming down. Coming up to center, again, you're going to have that nice long spine. You're going to bring your arms parallel with the ground as you tuck your belly in. And try to find that lower back connecting to the floor. When the lower back connects to the ground, slowly begin to unravel the spine. As the head comes down to the floor, we're going to bring the knees into chest and rock it out from side to side. As we bring the knees back to center, I want you to tuck the belly in as you unravel the spine away from the floor, bringing your head in towards the knees, coming into small ball. Unraveling the spine to come down, head to come down. Lengthening the legs up to sky, pushing the feet up. Lengthening arms up to push palms up. Opening the arms out to your sides into a T formation. Pointing the toes and opening legs into V formation. Legs to come back up. Open into V. Legs to come back up. Into V. And one more time to come up, knees into chest. For a moment, hug those knees in, rocking it out from side to side. Let's bring our feet down to the floor, hip distance apart, knees are bent. I want you to bring your arms up to your sides, back into that T formation, and just a gentle sway of the knees from side to side. As you sway your knees over to the left side, let them sway here to hold. Left foot comes on top of the right knee. Releasing left foot down. Knees back to center, knees sway over to the right side. Right foot on top of left knee. To hold. Right foot coming back down. One last time, swaying those knees from side to side. Bring the knees back to center, pushing the feet away from the floor as you draw knees in towards the chest. Legs and arms up to sky, pushing feet up, pushing palms up. What we're going to do here, open the legs slightly, arms are open slightly. Bend your knees and bend the elbows as you draw the hands and feet in towards the body. Pushing straight back up. To release, coming down. Pushing straight back up. And one more time to come down. Keep your knees open. Bring your arms on the inside of the legs as you open the knees wide. Grab hold of your shins, your ankles, or your toes as you keep your knees bent. And very slowly start bringing the feet up. If you can, open the legs into V formation. Legs up to sky, arms up to sky, pushing palms up, pushing feet up. And then bringing knees back into chest. And taking a moment to sway it out from side to side. Let your arms come back into that T formation, heavy shoulders, bringing those knees over to the left side, letting both knees rest here for a moment, right shoulders heavy to the floor. Extending the right leg over to left hand. Knees back together, knees to center, extending feet up to sky. Knees to come back into chest. And knees to come over to right side, into a spinal twist. Lengthening left leg over towards right hand. Knees back together, knees back to center, lengthening legs up to sky. Arms up to sky, pushing palms up. Last time, opening arms and legs into a V formation. Arms and legs to come back up. Knees into chest and rocking it out from side to side. What we're going to do here is just coming to a nice brief relaxation, meditation, final resting pose. If you're feeling a little tired or sleepy, you can continue your meditation past this practice. I will start you off with the meditation. You can have your legs however you feel comfortable. Your knees can cave in towards each other with your feet on the floor. You can bring your feet into Baddha Konasana, letting the knees open wide and bringing your legs into a wide open position. I'm going to come into Baddha Konasana. And I'm going to place my hands on my belly today as my shoulders are relaxed to the floor. And you're focused on that movement of breath for a moment. Just kind of noticing your natural rhythm of the breath. Noticing how the body's feeling. Maybe any last movement with the neck and the head from side to side. Or moving your shoulders or hips so that you come into this comfortable position. Inhaling, letting the belly rise. Exhale, releasing the breath. Inhale, belly rising. Exhale, releasing the breath. And one more deep belly breath. And a little bit of a longer release of the breath. And just begin to slow the breath down. Just noticing the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Noticing all the muscles in the face beginning to relax. And the heavy head released into the floor. Gentle inhale, belly rising. Gentle release of the breath. Gentle rise of the belly. Gentle release of the breath. Choosing if you wish to stay in this meditative position for a while longer, just keeping the focus on the movement of breath. If you wish to end practice, just very slowly bringing the body back into your knees to chest position. Slowly beginning a gentle rock from side to side. Rocking over to one side of the body. And gently making your way, coming into your final sitting position. We'll end off the practice today with hands at heart center. We're going to bring the arms up to sky. You're going to bring the hands above the head, tenting the fingertips together. Open up the hands, drawing shoulder blades back. Pressing the fingertips into the floor, coming into full forward fold. Unraveling to come back up to center. Arms to come up to sky. Hands to come overhead. To tent fingertips. To open, to draw shoulder blades back. Bringing the hands down to tent into the floor, full forward fold. And unraveling to come up one last time, arms up to sky. Hands above the head. To tent fingertips, to open, draw those shoulder blades back. Fingertips to the floor, your last forward fold. Unraveling to come back up to center, bringing our hands to the heart. Nice deep inhale, releasing the breath. Second deep inhale, releasing the breath. And one last deep inhale, release of the breath. Namaste. With many thanks. Thanks for joining me today, or if you're rewatching this at another time. I'm going to try and do some more pop-up Sunday classes, so keep your eyes open and join me on a Sunday afternoon yoga stretch, or do this at a different time. Take care, everybody. Happy Sunday.